Everything love is blind couples have said about finances and prenuptial agreements. After Love is Blind cast members get engaged sight unseen, they have to figure out many logistics, like finances. During Season 3, Alexa and Brennan Lemieux hit it off both in and out of the pods. Once they left the blind dating experiment, Alexa wanted the pair to sign a prenuptial agreement ahead of their wedding day. "I definitely want to do a prenup as well," Alexa said during a Season 3 chat with her soon-to-be spouse, noting her goal is to never worry about finances. Brennan took Alexa's wishes in stride, joking that she clearly has more money and had no issues agreeing to the contract. Love is Blind couples status check. Who is still together and who broke up? You want to write it? Just put whatever you want in that contract and it's fine. I'll sign it, he said. My job is not my life. I want to be like the coach of my kids. I want to be involved in their lives for everything. And just like the thing with family dinner, we always sit down as a family whether we're talking or not, but we always sit down together. Scroll down to revisit the Love is Blind stars' candid conversations about money, joint accounts, and prenups. Amber Pike and Matt Barnett, Season 1. Once Amber and Barnett got engaged, she revealed she had a significant student loan debt from her college tuition that she was working to pay off. "I'm super glad to clarify that Matt's not paying for my debt," Amber said at the reunion. "I've kind of already started, but I don't want to jinx anything." Speaking with Refinery 29 after the season aired in 2020, Amber detailed her financial plans. "I have been taking some steps towards establishing a new career for myself and will be taking a test for my certifications very soon," she told the outlet. "With all of the backlash on social media that people have from their misconceptions about my work ethic, I will be keeping any other information about that to myself. This career move could be a great thing for me and Barnett, and I wouldn't want to risk jeopardizing that." At the time, Barnett confirmed that they did not sign a prenup. Lauren Speed Hamilton and Cameron Hamilton, Season 1. Lauren and Cameron were also upfront about salaries and finances. "Well, before we got married when we were filming the show, one of the things that we talked about was money, bills, and salaries," she told brides in August 2020. At the time, Cam was heady into his corporate artificial intelligence work, and I was a freelance artist, so of course our salaries were a little different back then. But I don't feel like it's something to hide. We're married. We work together a lot. Even when we do separate jobs, sometimes we share. It's not a secret with us." They eventually set up a joint bank account ahead of their first anniversary, which they used to cover bills and other house expenses. The idea behind the joint account was to create an account where we could pay for our bills, our mortgage, utilities, groceries, home improvement projects, and everything we share together, Cameron explained to the wedding magazine. "We just felt like it made sense to contribute to that equally, and because we're living together and work as a team, especially now because we're doing more work together." Celebrity couples who had a prenup when they got married, and those who didn't. I was so offended. After Natalie and Shane returned to their normal lives in Chicago, she was ready to purchase a house together. "We need to sit down and look at our finances because I don't do that at all, which is probably not smart," he said. "Where I spend my money is on food and over probably $2,000 or so a month." Natalie, a consultant, then informed the realtor that they needed to be aligned on their financial milestones and budgets and was shocked to hear that Shane didn't believe in a $401k retirement account. "I take risks a lot with that kind of stuff," Shane explained. "I guess that's where we're different. I like taking risks. We can't just live a normal life where we buy a house and put money in our 401ks. According to Natalie, she would have been a little bit scared by Shane's adventurous spirit if she wasn't already in a good financial place. They ultimately split ahead of their would-be wedding day. Alexa and Brennan actually didn't end up signing a prenup by the time they got married. "We never had one. I also never asked for one," she said in a December 2022 Instagram story Q&A. It's something that Brennan brought up and asked about getting one to protect me. It's just something I wasn't interested in doing. It's absolutely okay. It's just not something I personally wanted. Stacy Snyder and Izzy Zapata, Season 5. One of Stacy's biggest concerns about her relationship with Izzy was that he had a low credit score. While she ultimately said no on their wedding day hours earlier, he tried to rectify the situation. Obviously, seeing it was a concern, the day before the wedding, I got a financial advisor, Izzy said on an October 2023 episode of the Vile Files podcast. I was like, this is another obstacle, I'm gonna fix it. And that's what I tried to do. He added, she even had this jacket made with my last name, she was excited. And then that finance conversation came up, and she felt like I completely blindsided her. We sat and talked it out, and she was very uncomfortable with, what I told her. I said, I didn't have any debt. My student loans were paid off. And I told her I was on a 1099 tax form because I switched over and I was doing insurance at the time. And she was like, you're on a 1099 instead of a W-2. According to Izzy, Stacy was allegedly nervous about the lack of stability of a 1099, which consultants frequently use since it doesn't include benefits. That kind of threw me for a loop, he explained at the time. Damn, I didn't realize. I said that the only thing bad is that I have bad credit because I got cards when I was 18 or 19. Added up, and my credit was bad. Love is Blind's most dramatic moments through the years. Love triangles, messy breakups, and more. Taylor Krause and Garrett Josmans, Season 7. Before Taylor and Garrett tied the knot, they signed a prenuptial agreement. It just wasn't shown on the show. Taylor said in a March 2025 TikTok video, I just want people to think about a prenup as you as a couple deciding what your legal terms are rather than the government deciding, because if you get a divorce and you don't have a prenup, the government decides what that is. She added, I don't think anyone plans to get divorced when they get married. And especially if you get married in a very unconventional way like on a reality show, being able to dictate the terms of your relationship in a legal way is smart. That's why Garrett and I did it. We're very much in alignment. Egg Smith and Clay Gravesandi, Season 7. When Clay broke up with AD on their wedding day, he blamed it on allegedly not knowing details about her finances. She later called it a reach during a March 2024 appearance on the Relations with Cammie Crawford podcast. When I got scouted for Love is Blind, I was like, I want this. So I prepared for this like an adult would, Hag said during the podcast appearance. I'm also a realtor. If you know anything about real estate, you make your own hours and your own schedule. You do your own thing, and then I worked in a nightclub that was owned by my ex. Clay knew all of this. Per AD, she also told Clay that her finances were good since she had set herself up before joining the dating show, which included leaving her club gig. You set yourself to fully dive into the experiment, she stressed. I've been well kept and I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that. You could have asked, but he never asked to see my finances or anything really. He was just like, I don't know how you can do this and I can't. But the whole time, he had drama with work and he didn't set him.